to one of my friends I swim
And I
with.
put
She's
on the
cool.
Orin, and in 4 days it's healed. So
I'm healing an eye dye, so I like seeing the eye cups. It's not even an eye dye, it's just kind of.
yeah,
But
all of a sudden it
it's
turns a little
been
purplish.
healing.
Good.
And
I've
people
been
go,
using
"Are you
colloidal
okay?"
silver, but now I'm gonna move.
Yeah, it just happens when you got thin skin,
Yeah.
but it heals quickly. Now I used to use frankincense oil, but this works even better.
Cool. Cool. Never heard of it.
So put on
So
Orin.
you just said something about emotional
Emotion,
something?
yeah.
Oh.
Is it on?
Yes.
Okay.
So the reason urine therapy works for
Yes,
some
it-
people and not for other people.
Oh, do you want to restate your question though?
Oh,
I think
yes, I can restate my question.
The
So
emotional
the question
component.
is, how does Orin help with the emotional aspects of anyone?
Health or wellness?
Well, I mean, yes, and all different situations, you know, like depression, anxiety, those kind of things.
So we kind of touched on that because people go to health food stores or they go to their naturopath to get supplements for anxiety,
I know.
for energy, for whatever they're going through. I mean, if they got anxiety and you're taking melatonin, serotonin, and all those different B vitamins, they help to relax the nervous system. They help to calm the person. Yeah, I mean, anybody feel calmer from drinking?
Oh, yeah.
I have a
Definitely.
huge story about that. Well, you can finish. When you finish, I'll pick up on that.
Okay, so the reason some people get well and some people don't get well. If all you're doing is drinking your Orin, but you're not changing your diet, you got a bad attitude. I love jokes in this work. You have a pissy attitude, right? You don't work on the suppressed emotions that you've been storing in your unconscious all these years. It's going to be hit or miss where you get better. Orin is just going to be a Band-Aid. So when I counsel people, I probe into their life. I dig deep. What's your lifestyle? What's your diet like? What do you do with your emotion? What are you doing with the anger? Do you express your joy? Are you dancing? Are you laughing? Are you walking barefoot? Do you have healthy relationships? We'll go into the full layout of someone's life so they can, this is how I was finding affirmations for you. You want to see their blind spots. She knows that term. That they're not looking in that direction. You put a light on that direction, then they have a chance to correct it. So using the holistic model is what they called us back in the 70s. Now they're known as wellness practitioners. You want to look at all areas of someone's life to get a well-rounded, you got to design a wellness program for life. I've been at this since 1979. Actually 1977, I joined a raw food community. But you got to build it in, and you got to hold the discipline, and you got to do the work every day. The people are hit or miss, their healing is hit or miss. The people who really want to get better, the people who are desperate, the people who have given on the medical profession, I love these people. They're motivated as hell. They want to live. They're fighters. Those people have a much better chance than the people who are miserable and depressed, and they're not proactive with their life. And these are the guys that are playing the victim card, and they play the pity party all the time. Little violin, you know, poor me, oh my goodness. And I get calls from these guys all over the world, and I have to call them out on it. Takes a little tough love, but you can help people.
And blaming others for
Being
for
irresponsible.
everything that's wrong in their life.
So
Do you think though that no matter what, the life water is doing some healing inside that we cannot see anyway though? Even if there is a bad attitude, there's still so much that's happening that we cannot see. Do you think so? Me too.
Yeah, I think
so.
Actually, I'm above thinking about that right now.
Yeah.
I actually know that it's
I
actually
know it.
working.
I agree.
So it's all anecdotal, I guess, and but this is my story. Yeah, give thanks for that, brother Sage. Need to breathe.
we do a lot
So
of that.
yeah,
We do a lot of that. Hold that out there.
so I'm from Jamaica, and I have seen a lot. You know, Jamaica is known as one of the pretty much one of the most violent places on earth. So I grew up in a lot of violence. I experienced a lot of violence. You know, I expressed myself with violence before I met Shivambhu. You know what I'm saying? And even my beautiful wife has been a recipient of that violence. So whenever I take off my Shivambhu, especially when I do saturation dosing, I become so calm in my own spirit to the point where I cannot be rattled. Doesn't matter whatever my wife might come with, and my wife is not really supporting the whole Shivambhu thing that I'm doing. But yes, on another side, she's still supporting me. You know what I'm saying? Because she bought me a yoga mat and cigarette. So I do know that I have come down from what one would term as a person that could get easily agitated, and someone that could be extremely violent just like that. And I have reached a stage now where it's no more part of me. And I can tell you without a doubt that it's the Shivambhu that is doing all the healing. I say it and then I have to laugh because I'm curating happiness.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I
do.
am curating happiness because for the longest time I wasn't happy.
Good for you.
So now I am happy and I want to be happy.
And you
And I don't-
cultivate it.
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
I'm cultivating it. I'm curating it. I'm
That's right.
creating it.
That's right. Well, also because
Yes,
when
sir.
you're looping it around, we are the creator, and it's distilling.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
see,
Yes.
I made these water blessings long before this. I just had this idea because I know water. It's so intelligent. Water is so intelligent.
It communicates.
As memory.
It's so intelligent, right? So we were challenging ourselves to drink a gallon of distilled water, because of Andrew Weber.
Yeah.
And then, like one thing led to another, and I had these sticky notes because I knew what the words were for me. Like curate, you're
Yes, ma'am.
curating
Yes, ma'am.
your happiness, you see? And for me, I had my words, and I put them with a sticky note facing inward, so just to be kind
Is that
and
what you s-
considerate
Yeah.
to the water, and but I also had months prior just made this like food blessing because I just say it like this.
Oh, that's where you read it?
Well, the water reads it. You can see it like this. I just say love, blessings, gratitude, optimal health, thanks. Love, blessings, gratitude, optimal health, thanks. So I put on the
Can
bottom.
we get a picture of that? Somehow?
Well,
No.
no, not right now. But with you, yes, later. Anyways, and then I had all the words, and then I made those into. I may have another one that has. He has words for him. I have words for me, and they're just like blessings because we are curating, but also the water is it's beyond intelligent, and so then it's like this. We're toroids, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Toroidal. Yeah.
Yes,
Beautiful.
ma'am. It is.
So thank you
It
for
is.
sharing that. That reminds me of what I've been teaching for years, and that is Shivambhu is in a category all unto itself. So to try to take infinity and narrow it down for humanity, for people to understand it, they can pick up what they can, but the people really can look at it and go, this is my salvation, this is my savior. There's one of the brothers, Harry Matadina said that, this is my savior, it is your savior.
Yes, sir.
Well, because Creator gives us everything we need. We
Always.
already have it.
Mhm.
We already have it.
Mhm.
We have it right here.
Yeah, I do know. Now, I do know that the infinite intelligence would have never placed us here without our sustenance. I do know
correct.
that.
That's correct.
You know, I do know that we're all wealthy, rich, loving, beautiful people.
Abundance.
Abundance in everything. I do know that.
That's right.
I do know that it's the confines of society that have created this lack. And I'm here to shatter all of it. All of it.
All
of
the
it. It's
limitation.
gone. It's gone. Limitation, doubts, out the window. No doubts, no fear. You know, a good friend told me one time, her name is Kiefer Lorraine. Anywhere you are, Kiefer Lorraine, beautiful woman. She told me that fear is an acronym, and it means false evidence appearing real.
Yes.
I couldn't, yeah, it's
Or
like,
plug
so-
everything and run.
yeah, it's false
There's one
evidence.
more. There's
Yeah,
an
so-
upgrade on that one.
So it's a beautiful
I'll
thing
tell you this.
Oh, I heard
to know
yours
that you can
also,
kick that out
yeah.
the window. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I personally have no fear whatsoever. Like I have conquered that. And give thanks for the Shivambhu, give thanks for the knowledge of the Shivambhu, and give thanks for the acceptance of the Shivambhu. Yes, sir.
So fear used to mean forget everything and run. It now means face everything and rise.
That's a
Very
good twist there,
nice.
brother Sage.
All
Very
right.
nice.
So, any questions so far? Any comments? Any feedback? Anybody need to stand up and stretch?
No, if I could share something real quick.
Yeah.
Just kind of going back to what you were asking, Amity. Yeah, the emotional thing. When I started doing it, I also, was doing water affirmations too, prior. And I started using in the morning. I would drink my urine every morning, and I created 9 affirmations, and I would stare at myself first thing in the morning. I'd pee in it, and I'd grab my jug, and I'd stare at myself in the mirror, and I'd say these 9 affirmations into the urine,
That's right.
and I drink it, as I'm looking at myself, and it's become a powerful agent, like in alchemy for me.
Very
That's
good,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
really
Yeah.
healed me from depression and anxiety as well.
Fantastic.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
It's
I
feel
beautiful.
it.
It's so beautiful.
I actually put the affirmations on my aging urine.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
when it's sitting in my closet aging,
Yeah.
they all have
Mhm.
different affirmations.
That's awesome.
I am loving, I am.
Beautiful.
Yes,
Beautiful.
it's just something that I feel
That
yeah,
word
it
that you just
enhances
used,
it.
Alchemy.
alchemy.
Oh yeah. I tell everybody.
Again, Andrew.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's what it is.
I
I
keep
mean-
talking about Andrew so much. I love him. Andrew Norton Weber, he broke down the whole alchemy, man.
Mhm.
Like all these people have been doing is messing with our minds with symbols and signs and all this shit that doesn't really mean much. The true alchemy is the Orient.
Mhm.
That's it, and that's all we need to know.
The
We
Philosopher's Stone.
That's the Philosopher's Stone,
Yep.
and then the Holy Grail, as he lovely put it, is whatever you can use to catch the Orient.
Yeah.
That's the cup. That's the wine glass. That's the jar. That's my silicone thing.
Your hands.
My hand. It is the Holy Grail.
Wow.
Now think about this. People say, well, we're going to have a food shortage. They're doing the fear porn again, right?
Right.
We're running out of food. The farmers are being told not to grow. The truckers were being stopped and all this. I'm not worried about it.
Right.
As long as you can pee and form a cup in your hand, you can thrive on planet Earth.
You'll
How
do
simple
better
is that?
even.
How simple? What?
You'll do well for yourself.
You will
actually.
thrive. Yeah.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's right.
How
You
simple
will.
is that?
And
So
shed
simple.
the shot.
You will thrive.
So simple.
You will thrive. So
Because
that,
that word is
Shot
very
is-
key, dear brother says.
Gotta have somebody
Because the
shedding.
people who were lost at sea,
I think so.
when they're found, whoever are wise to use of their orin, whenever they're found, they're not only found surviving,
they're healthy as heck.
they're healthy as heck,
Yeah.
in the best shape of their lives. They don't even want to be found.
Yeah. Yeah. Move
You
your
know
boat
what I'm
out
saying?
of the way. I'm staying in
Yeah.
the ocean. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, no, dude, I'm not going home.
So you brought out the statements and on the glass, and I've asked people in the community. This one gal, her name is Fiona, and she's got one of those microscopes. It has the zoom into like 100 or 1,000 times magnification.
Yeah.
She was finding crystals.
I started following her on
All
Instagram.
right. So I asked her,
Amazing.
I want her to take 2 jars. This is kind of like a Moto's work, the messages in water. Love, harmony, peace, joy, hatred, resentment, blah, blah, blah. And take the pictures of Orin with the statements and show the comparison of the words
That'd be a
on
good
those
idea.
Orin jars.
Mm.
She hadn't done it yet, so if anybody else wants to do that, I think that'd be a great
Yeah.
experiment.
I'm looking forward for that too.
Distilled water where it turns black.
Really? With hate?
Yeah.
Really?
With those words.
Wow.
It looks bad, especially under a microscope compared to the crystallization.
Was that in his book? Did it show
Well,
it?
we were listening to some woman from Great Britain. I don't remember what it was, but she was like talking about how she was in love with her water and all that stuff.
Wow.
Beautiful. Take a breath, everybody.
Speaking of water, I wanted to bring up, if you can explain why we use distilled and rather than like spring, because spring's so, it's all out there and or tap for that matter.
All right, well, I have to mention Andrew Norton Weber.
Yes, sir.
Praise Andrew Norton Weber.
Oh yeah.
Take
Oh,
the
yeah.
word. Now, I spent many years finding the metaphysical and
Yeah.
spiritual origin of words, so it would make sense. Like the word inspire means
In spirit.
to breathe in,
breathe in, yeah.
to breathe in the spirit,
Yes,
to
sir.
take in. All
Yes,
right?
sir.
So, distilled water, break the word apart. DISTIL. It's the opposite of being still. It
Yeah.
means to activate,
Yes.
right? So all the guys that, and you've seen this in everything where people are polarizing. Distilled water is good, distilled water is not good.
Mhm.
You know, they throw all these loops at you.
Oh yeah, they do.
So what it does is it takes out the inorganic minerals. It leaves the organic minerals.
Yes, sir.
It's cleaning you out. So what are sources of distilled water? Urine, glacial water, fruit.
Fruit.
Simple and powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And bought in distilled water, what does that mean?
What kind?
Like grocery
Purchase.
store water.
If you
What?
purchase it, yeah.
Purchase water. Because
Dis-
I've been doing all spring water. So if you get distilled, what did they do with that water?
Well, they're going to use a distillation machine, which is
Yeah.
going to turn it into vapor, and then after it comes out, and then it reforms back
Condensates
into
back.
water again. They distill. They
Is
use the
that
heat,
water
heat
to
steam.
get from the store then?
Yes, that's the
Okay.
water I
think
use.
so. That's the only thing I drink too.
You
Any
see,
water.
I've always been told that it doesn't have any minerals, so you just get the spring water.
That's
but
a lot.
Exactly.
yeah,
Right.
okay, well I'm
Yeah,
switching.
that's as
I've been
Andrew would
drinking all
say,
the
that's
wrong
the
water.
Brother, say, what's the difference between structured water and distilled water?
Structured water. Oh, let's weigh in with Frank. He's got a little wand that structures water.
Well, it's a two guys from the Netherlands worked 17 years to make a wand that you put in the water that makes it coherent, which changes the molecular structure of the water, and it can be analyzed and seen to be changed. And when it does, then when it goes into your body, it reacts entirely different. Okay? And it acts like an anti-aging mechanism for your body as it's being processed. And they've proven after 17 years of studies scientifically exactly how it changes the DNA. And you buy this wand and you can use it in any water and it'll take out all the chemicals, all the contaminants that are in the city water if you don't have distilled, which is the best to use. But still it turns it into coherent water. And it works well for me.
Cool.
Yeah.
So that's structured, he's saying. That's what you'd call structured water?
Yeah.
Is the wand copper? What's the wand?
You want to show us your wand?
Oh,
I would say the Orin is structured water.
It's activated.
Yeah,
It's
Orin
living.
is strictly
It's
structured.
potentized. It's
well,
bioavailable.
it's beyond my pay grade. About to talk about the scientific guys that did this after 17 years. But this is all it is. It's a crystal holder that they put some water in. It changes the molecular structure, and they can prove that scientifically.
So you stir it?
You just stir it for 60 seconds up to a gallon, and then it's coherent. And I've been drinking it for 9 months.
I did.
And
some
prior to
earlier.
that time, I would buy mineral water from Idaho.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really good stuff, but it was too expensive. It was like $1,000 every 6 months for the water. So this is a little cheaper than
You gotta open the
$179.
cork. See,
So
it's
Frank
locked.
did structure that water right
Yeah.
there, yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah?
wanna try it, yeah.
Is that distilled structured or just?
It's distilled
It's
structure.
coherent,
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
structured water.
Yeah, okay, it works. The cork's
And-
slipped a bit.
This thing will last, if you put it in the sunshine every week for a half hour, then it recharges molecularly
Oh, no,
from the
not
sun.
good.
Mm.
And it'll last minimum of 5 to 10 years.
That one wand?
Wow.
If you keep it clean and put it in the sunshine every week.
Wow.
Fascinating. Kind of
That's
remi-
fascinating.
That's
That's
really
impressive.
You know, if you use it with distilled water.
Yeah, distilled water. I bought my TDS meter with me because I don't mess around.
So you measure it.
Yeah, I have to drop it in, man. I have to put it there to see what the water is rated. You know.
Did you ever put your TDS in your,
Yeah, I've done it. I've done it
What are
with
your-
fresh
what do you
and
see?
aged. Okay, so on the pH level, the evolving
It's hot.
is off the charts.
Oh yeah, I've done it too.
Okay, it's like 9
Yeah.
on the pH level.
Or
It's
higher.
insane.
Okay, the evolving. That's that borderline I gave you, brother Sage. That's like a 9 right there. My fresh is about 5 or 6.
I'm gonna go get 'em on my car.
Okay. Now, what we have noticed is that real good water is not really alkaline. No, it's not really alkaline. Because if you should open a real coconut water,
Yeah.
okay? Like I'm from the island, I know
Coconuts.
coconut water. You open the coconut water, if you should pop the TDS meter in it, it's gonna register at least maybe 6
yeah, because that's what we are in our
on the
stomachs.
pH level.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? So I think we have been duped with all
Yeah,
this alkaline
definitely.
water.
100%.
You know,
yeah.
this Cajun machine.
Conga.
You know what I'm saying? All the machines. You know, that's the hydrolysis that's basically frying the molecule of the water, as Andrew would put it. You know, but when I put it on the electrode side of the TDS meter and pop it into the distilled, the distilled says 0.
Yes.
Say the negative charge, right? It has to be. This guy is going past negative.
Oh, really? Your ppms?
Yeah.
And what does that
It's
mean?
charged.
What does that mean?
Negative
So
charge.
it's even
Yeah, it's negative.
More,
It's even more negative
pulling out.
charge than the distilled.
So it's even more pulling out
Yep.
what
Yeah.